Good day, Ms. McIntosh, and anyone else who may be viewing this video. My presentation is on Hinduism for my second portfolio in comparative religion, presented by myself, Amisha Mongol. Today, I'm going to talk about how comparative religion altered my thoughts on Hinduism and three aspects of Hinduism that stood out to me and why. Hinduism is the world's oldest living religion. However, it cannot be traced back to any specific founder. Still, it comprises an approximate 900 million followers and is the third largest religion behind Christianity and Islam. Even then, Hinduism is sometimes viewed as a way of life encompassing many traditions and philosophies rather than a singular organized religion. Okay, so my first objective is to discuss how comparative religion altered my thoughts on Hinduism. So I'm a Hindu, and this course has really helped me to better understand and appreciate my religion. I noticed that there were aspects of Hinduism that I partially knew about, and then there were things that I fully did not know. For instance, I learned about the Trinity in Hinduism. Before this course, I did not know that there was a Trinity in Hinduism, so it was quite surprising to learn about that. Not only is the Trinity foundational knowledge on which the universe is built, but it also presents as a similarity to the Holy Trinity in Christianity. So the Hindu Trinity comprises three Hindu gods: Lord Brahma, the creator, Lord Vishnu, the preserver, and Lord Shiva or Mahesh, the destroyer. And they symbolize the cyclical nature of existence, from creation to preservation to destruction to regeneration. So Lord Brahma, pictured here, is worshipped as the creator of the universe. He has four heads, which represent the four Vedas or four sacred texts in Hinduism, and four hands, which represent the four directions. He is a symbol of creation, wisdom, and knowledge. He is often depicted holding Vedic texts, prayer beads, a lotus, and a water pot that represent creation, knowledge, the essence of life, and prayer rituals, respectively. Lord Vishnu, pictured here, is believed to be the preserver of the universe. He descends to earth in various incarnations to protect mankind from disasters and evil. Lord Vishnu is often depicted holding a conch shell, a discus, a mace, and a lotus. The conch produces an Om sound, which is said to be the sound that was made when the universe was first created. The discus represents the mind, the mace represents mental and physical strength, and the lotus represents the essence of life. Lord Shiva, pictured here, is believed to be the destroyer of the universe. It is said that the universe regenerates in cycles, and Lord Shiva is responsible for destroying the universe at the end of each cycle, which is every 2,160,000,000 years. This allows for the creation of a new universe. And Lord Shiva is often depicted with a third eye, a trishul or trident with a little drum attached to it, and a serpent around his neck. His trident is his most powerful weapon, and his third eye can project fiery destruction and chaos if focused outward. Essentially, comparative religion positively altered my thoughts on Hinduism, as it gave me tremendous insight into new aspects of the religion. Although I knew about Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva individually, I did not know that they formed a trinity. Therefore, this information filled gaps in my knowledge regarding the roles of these gods and this trinity. Furthermore, I did not know that the universe had an expiry date, so to speak, or that Lord Shiva was responsible for destroying the universe. So it was very fascinating to learn about that, as it was new to me. My second objective is to discuss three aspects of Hinduism that stood out to me and why. So the three aspects that stood out to me were the sacred belief of reincarnation, the sacred text Mahabharata, and the sacred goddess Kali. So firstly, the concept of reincarnation stood out to me because the belief is so distinct from the two other major world religions, Christianity and Islam. As a Hindu who believes in reincarnation, it is compelling to think that my soul has lived many lives before this current host and may live many lives after this physical host dies. The way Hinduism views reincarnation as it relates to the meaning and purpose of life and the ultimate goal of life after death is really profound. In Hinduism, it is believed that all living things go through a cycle called samsara, that is the cycle of life, death, and reincarnation. This occurs because all living things, be it human, animal, or plant, possess Atman, which is a soul. And this Atman is a piece of Brahman. And Brahman is a formless, genderless, universal soul. So all living things possess an Atman, which is a piece of Brahman. And each entity must live according to their dharma. That is, they should behave in ways consistent with their social class, their purpose, or their duties. If living beings follow their dharma, they are likely to perform pure actions that reflect in good karma. Conversely, if living beings perform with evil intent, it reflects in bad karma. Now, karma is a law of action and reaction that governs samsara. So when an entity dies, their Atman enters a new being. The quality of this new life depends on the karma of the previous life. Good karma means that the entity will be reborn in a better position, one step closer to Brahman. Bad karma means that the entity will be reborn in a worse position, farther away from Brahman. And this cycle continues until the Atman has matured, meaning that the Atman has overcome worldly desires, ignorance, and ego. It has practiced and experienced all the revered virtues in Hinduism, and it has gained a true understanding of God and the self. Once this occurs, the Atman has attained the state of moksha, that is, a release from the bondage of samsara. This means that there will no longer be any reincarnations. Moksha is the ultimate goal in life, and it is said that once achieved, the Atman is liberated and rejoined with Brahman in eternal bliss and perfection. The second thing that stood out to me was the sacred text Mahabharata. The Mahabharata is Hinduism's most esteemed epic, and it stood out to me simply because I did not know that it existed before this course. One section of the Mahabharata is the Bhagavad Gita, which is a sacred scripture in Hinduism. And although I knew about the Bhagavad Gita, I did not know that it originated from a much larger source. Also, the Mahabharata stood out to me because it is the longest epic in the world, 10 times the length of Homer's Iliad and Odyssey combined. And the Mahabharata is very long and complicated, so I'll try to give a brief synopsis here. The Mahabharata revolves around two groups of cousins, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, that battle for the throne of Hastinapur in the Kurukshetra war. The king Dhritarashtra of the Kauravas appoints Yudhishthira of the Pandavas as the heir to the throne of Hastinapur. But Dhritarashtra's son, Duryodhana, wants to be king, so he plots to kill the 5 Pandavas' brothers, including Yudhishthira and their mother. However, the Pandavas are alerted of this plan and escape into hiding. While in hiding, all of the Pandavas' brothers get married to the same princess and return to Hastinapur. The king Dhritarashtra gives them some land to rule over and makes Yudhishthira the king of that piece of land. Again, Duryodhana is jealous and plots to rid the Pandavas of this fortune. Duryodhana initiates a gambling game between him and Yudhishthira, but Yudhishthira loses twice, so the Pandavas must go into exile as a result. In exile, the Pandavas prepare for battle, as it is clear that they will have to fight for their piece of land once they return, and this culminates in the Kurukshetra war. However, one of the Pandavas' brothers, who is Arjuna, does not want to kill the Kauravas, but Lord Krishna descends and tells Arjuna that it is his duty or dharma to fight, and this conversation is what the Bhagavad Gita is about. And after their conversation, Arjuna commences the war, which lasts for 18 days. The Pandavas triumph, but almost 3 generations of men die in battle. Yudhishthira is ultimately crowned the king of Hastinapur. He rules for 36 years, after which he and the Pandavas climb the Himalayas to get to heaven. And at the end of the epic, Yudhishthira is told that he can enter heaven, but his dog cannot. So he refuses to enter heaven because his dog was always loyal to him. And it is then revealed to be a test from Lord Vishnu. Thus, Yudhishthira and his dog ascend to heaven and reunite with all that was lost. The Mahabharata is a long but beautiful tale of family, power, duty, loyalty, and humanity. And this is yet another reason why it caught my attention. These themes are very powerful, and things like generational inheritances, family greed, wanting power, and losing a sense of humanity is very prominent in today's society. The last thing that stood out to me was the sacred goddess Kali, because she is often very misunderstood. So it felt good to learn about her in a more accurate light. Kali Ma is the goddess of death, darkness, destruction, and time. She is often depicted nude with black or blue skin, a red lolling tongue, 3 eyes, 4 arms, a girdle of human arms cut off at the elbow, a freshly severed head, and a garland of 50 skulls. She is often seen standing atop Lord Shiva. Her nakedness signifies that she is above illusions. She is primeval, fundamental, and transparent like nature. Her complexion represents the infinite and her all-embracing nature. Her 3 eyes represent time, so past, present, and future. The girdle of human arms signifies the work and liberation from the cycle of karma. And her garland of 50 skulls represents the 50 letters of the Hindu alphabet and infinite wisdom. Interestingly, Mother Kali has several origin stories. In the Vedas, Kali is associated with the fire god Agni, who had 7 flickering tongues of flame, of which Kali was the black tongue. Mother Kali is also associated with goddess Parvati. It is said that Mother Kali was born when Mother Parvati shed her dark skin and the sheath became Mother Kali. It is also said that Mother Kali was born when Mother Parvati knitted her brows in fury when the demon Daruka threatened the gods. Mother Kali sprang forth from Mother Parvati's brow and immediately killed the demon. In yet another story, it is told that Mother Kali sprang from the anger of Mother Durga while fighting the demon Raktabija. Every time the demon was struck, each drop of blood manifested in another demon. Mother Kali emerged from Mother Durga's anger and defeats the demon by drinking its blood and devouring any replicates. After her victory, she was so happy that she began dancing over the demon's body. She was unknowingly causing more destruction, so Lord Shiva lay under her, and only then did she realize that she was dancing him to death. Hence, she sticks her tongue out of her mouth in sorrow and surprise. Goddess Kali is fierce but motherly. She is sometimes shown as a sexual being, a mother suckling her child, and as a warrior woman drawing back her bow. Mother Kali is strong and fearless. She is simultaneously pure yet carnal, bloodthirsty yet nurturing. She is certainly a force to be reckoned with, and her duality definitely stood out to me. In essence, the sacred belief of reincarnation caught my attention because it is one of the core elements of Hinduism's teachings and philosophies. The sacred text Mahabharata caught my attention because of its length and its themes, which are central today. And the sacred goddess Kali caught my attention because she is often misunderstood and is truly an embodiment of genuineness, fearlessness, strength, and nurture. With this, I end my presentation. I hope that it was informative. These are my references for your viewing pleasure, where you can get more information. Thank you.